Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm the Strategy Professor. Today we're going to be doing another episode in our Legendary Chaos campaign. Let's go ahead and get in here. So last time I got to try out our Sons of Nurgle. Pretty good, as advertised. You know, they didn't do a ton of damage, but they did hold the line really well. So that is handy, because now I don't have to get the Chaos Warriors as fast, because he's kind of substitute for these Chaos Warriors. Slightly more expensive substitute, but more durable. And that allows me, in theory, to focus on other things like getting the Feral Manticores and more of these Chaos Spawn. Now, these things were getting destroyed last fight. I'm not sure what was killing them so much, but
All is chaos.
keep an eye on them.
Exalted hero. My gods call. We serve the gods. Chosen. Slay every mortal.
And we still haven't hired the weird or whatever, like any of these other things, because I just don't think we need it for these fights. So we're just gonna hold on to that, save a little money.
Chosen. Running.
We're getting to the point where we can almost afford a second army here. Once we get Sigvald, especially because he can get those Mirror Guard for free. Start using those. I think we can just run at him probably and just kill him. Yeah, they don't have a lord or anything. Forgot my dudes were that slow and this far behind, so that could be a little dangerous, but these guys do have a lot of armor and they do regenerate, so I think we'll probably be alright.
Slay every mortal.
Well, I thought I killed him. I think get another lord.
Time to display. My blade hungers. Chosen. Go fast. Slaanesh is desire. Evil unbound. Exalted hero. Lord of the end times. Yes, I control Sinch's gifts too. Give us ruin! Die in arcane fire! Slaanesh's perverse glory! Tremble, mortal! Name your demand! Deliver slaughter! Kill them all! Archaon!
The dragon things. Starting to cause some issues here.
Chaos comes!
You can kill him now.
Till the chaos comes! Kill, burn, slaughter them! Eye of the gods!
Yeah, I think if I had not fought this one, then they would have killed my Chaos Spawn, which I'd auto-resolve it, which is why I had to manually fight it.
Chaos gods!
I need some dogs desperately.
My destiny! All will be despoiled. All will burn! For the Chaos Gods!
Kill those things. There we go. Put some fire on that sword. Fire is one of the best magical schools in the game. They have so many good little cheap things, and obviously Burning Head is phenomenal. But like their little fire cloak or whatever. Okay, they did much better in that fight. Maybe last fight I just did not have them in a good situation. But they were doing about 30 and 40s. They were keeping up with Chosen in that fight. With the AoE stuff. Maybe I just had them in a weird situation last time. I don't know. The Fjord Breaker. Again, tempted by the replenishment, but I think we gotta just keep going with the money. Nice. And we get those for free now. Oh, we got 2 of those, huh? Okay, so he can't get students. Alright. I could do Book of Asher. I kind of like Forbidden Rod, though. Gives you a lot of power early on. Troll Hunter. So we could just try to knock out Shock Trap in here. Doesn't have any walls.
I'll have this world.
I think we can probably beat him, but we might have to fight it manually, though. Oh, that's really nice. Leadership, weapon damage, for everybody. Yeah, that's sweet. And upkeep reduction. Okay, so I can get all of these, I think. Physical resist, Winds of Magic. Can also get Lord of the End Times, which gives us a lot of extra dudes if we want them. Melee attack and defense for attack, defense, and leadership for all of our specialty units, which is really sweet. Cooldown for all spells and lowers enemy melee attack and leadership for a long time. A lot of good choices here. I think okay, so that's only +1 no matter what. That's +1 for all of them. And it gives 5 extra melee attack, defense, and leadership. I think maybe we go with that, and then I think we can hire 2 extra sons. Melee defense, physical resist. Touch of Plague is kind of whatever. It's okay. That's pretty good, though. I mean, this is not going anywhere. We could just take a turn off, replenish a little bit here. Yeah, we could go ahead and hire this, or build this. These Manticore should only take 1 turn. Chaos Spawn might only take 1 turn. Not sure, but... Okay. Yeah, I think we can take the turn off here, and then how many of these can we hire? Okay, so let me hire this one early for some reason, I think. 'Cause I didn't think I was supposed to be able to hire an extra one. So I don't know why it was letting me do that early. Maybe if it's like in progress, but then it should be letting me do one here also. Yeah, I should only be able to hire 2 of those. I don't know. Maybe there was some kind of glitch or something was going on where it let me hire another one. But if I get this tech, then that should let me hire another one. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Yes, okay. So we can hire 1 more of these, and now they are down to 471. Okay, I don't know why. I don't know why it was charging me more. But I can hire 1 more of these. Combine these dudes. Okay, get rid of 1 of them. 2 dogs. We'll get to replenish. Then we can do this. Now, how do we want to plan this out? These are 405. So maybe 1 more Chaos Spawn. So maybe we don't need 2 dogs. Maybe 1 dog then. And the Chaos Spawn can also help us run stuff down. So maybe just 1 dog. This one's rank 9, so I do want to replenish this one if possible. So we can do maybe 2 Manticores. So this is going to be 471. This is going to be 1, so that's going to put us at 1,000 a turn. Would I rather have this guy, or would I rather have Forsaken? I mean, Forsaken can be a nice flanking infantry that can help us tear up the back line. Their melee attack's not that high, though, but they do get 10. They are frenzied, and they get 10 bonus versus infantry, so they will have 55 melee attack. So maybe like 1 of these, and 2 of these. These are fairly cheap. What's the advantage of... I guess they don't take extra damage from spears. So maybe having 1 Forsaken in there. Just trying to figure out, because we can't really budget. We can't go much higher than 1,000 gold. We're going to do Intimidating, I think. Right, where's the other dude doing Intimidating? I don't think they stack. Okay, we'll do Intimidating on him. So my question is then, can we get rid of 1 Chaos Warrior here? And we can just, we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these guys. Like a four-man front line. And then we'd have a chaos, like 2 manticores and an extra chaos spawn. Yeah. Let's just get rid of him too, I guess. I'm afraid we're going to get run over if we face like 20 infantry or something, but these guys can face tank a lot of stuff too. Yeah, let's just get rid of him. And then I'll free up some money next turn to hire the other stuff. Okay. Oh, and we get our free Regiment of Renown or whatever. So that's pretty sweet. Nice. Okay. So I think that's probably looks good to me. Yeah, you have to be very meticulous with these costs because we do have a good chunk of gold. The problem is if I start going into 2,000 gold range though, it starts to get really tough if I go into negative 2,000 like type of range. I think we had that for a brief little bit earlier, but you know, it's like 7 turns basically if you have like 15,000 gold and you're on the clock. And we just don't need that much power to take out the kind of stuff we're fighting right now, I don't think. I mean, I forgot about the riders. Maybe with 1 rider, maybe we should have left that Chaos Warrior in there just so that we have a front line. Maybe we don't need the dogs with the Manticore. But the dogs are so cheap anyways, and there's so many of them that they're really good at running down, like, fleeing units. So I can just use the dogs. Basically, anytime anything breaks, I can just run the dogs in just to chase them down, kill them. Oh, Sadie, watch out. Watch yourself. Watch yourself, you little cat. Messing around by my feet. So they're trying to hire some stuff over here. It's not going to matter, I don't think. And we'll hold off on hiring the Mirror Guard and the Weird. Weird's not a bad... It wasn't the Weird, he was like 400 or 500 gold. That's not too bad for a thing that's basically like a huge giant. That's what it sounds like. Good kitty. The Weird might be worth hiring rather than an extra Chaos Spawn. Now we're going to need to get like this stuff to complete the quest, like this down here, which will give us some income, and we probably want this as well for some extra income. Okay, so how much is this weird spawn? 478, so not bad, not bad. We can hire these guys on the spot if we need them later on. This guy has a ton of health. He has massive regeneration. This dude's strong as hell. He's got like 3 different forms of regen, 780 damage. And he's actually a siege attacker. That's really important. So maybe... Okay, so I could have hired him earlier when I was sieging the dwarfs, and I could have taken them 1 turn faster, so that was a mistake. These guys are just too expensive for what they are. I'm going to put them on Sigvald when we can because they're free on him. Okay, so if I hire the Weird, which I think I want to hire the Weird, Oh, they take 2 turns? Come on, man. These also take 2. What? Come on. Alright, well. It's going to be 500, so we can comfortably just hire the weird with him. I want 1 Manticore, I think. Yeah, just having the ability to fly around, cause terror, and just like mess up archers and stuff like that is so strong. And just the normal poison, does that reduce movement? It does reduce movement speed. I don't think lethal poison reduces movement speed, does it? It does. It reduces it by 10. Okay, so 1 Manticore. I guess we're gonna have to wait an extra turn. So that's gonna be 9. So that's gonna be 9. Could be like 800 or 900 in the hole at that point. Could I even afford to get the weird after that? I mean, I guess this is a luxury. The weird can probably run stuff down. He's not that fast. He's only 36 movement speed. Maybe one of these guys. They're a little bit faster at 44 movement speed. We do have these. I mean, these can definitely run some stuff down with the hounds. So maybe just 1 Forsaken. A little bit cheaper. I don't know. If I hire that weird, it's going to be at 1,000. And I think I want the weird. Okay. We'll just wait 1 more turn on this, and I think we'll hold off on the rest of the stuff. I know I was just hyped about hiring these things, and then I don't hire any of them. But I think maybe down the line we can hire some more of them. 1 Forsaken, and we can just not hire the weird unless we need to. I think that'll be good for flanking. Like, this will just help me tear up their line a little bit. Although, you know, like I said, these are pretty good at it. These are pretty good at it. Having 1 more. We'll do 1 of those. Okay. I am thinking that maybe the Khorne Berserkers with the Nurgle upgrade, my original plan, would have been a little bit better probably, but just so that I had more offense, but I don't know, maybe not. I mean, those Suns are gonna be solid. The thing is, the Suns are good against like large units too, so even against cavalry, if we want to go over and try to mess with Bretonnia or whatever, because the Khorne guys only get that huge bonus versus infantry. Whereas those Sons of Nurgle probably just aren't going to die against most things, period. I need to get down there and start messing with Empire and Bretonnia before they get too strong. But I want to awaken these tribes so that I can grab Sigvald. I guess what we could do is when we hire our second lord, we can, with our very first building, just put the shrine on him for the extra 300 gold early on. Then I'd have 1,300 base gold, and I could at least hire a couple units. I could put the mirror. Ooh, Clan Molder's getting beaten up here. Put the mirror guard on him. Then I could hand off a couple of units, maybe, to help him out. And then he can go and start maybe raiding and cleaning up some of these weaker faction units. If anything, he can just sit there and give me more money. If he hires, if we just put some growth on him and he just builds buildings and doesn't hire any units, eventually it's going to give me money for my main army. And he can sit there and raid a friendly territory or something. He can raid one of my vassals. Maybe that would be the name of the game. Let's put some really cheap stuff on him, just have him build all the money buildings, and just sit there and raid a raid a friendly property until I get enough money to give him some real units. Plus 20, okay. It certainly doesn't help the dwarves, so that helps me out. I like that.
Refused. You're a
This dude's creeping.
I am a rune lord, not some smith.
So that is what?
Not likely.
1, 4, shot trocking. 13 minutes. I think we can. I don't think we need to bring the weird in for that. That sounds so funny. Get that weird out here. Bring him in. We could go barded. I know we're eventually going to get a manticore, but I think, doesn't this give more armor? It's hard to tell because those stats are based upon like the baseline ability that you get and not like the upgrade. But I think barded usually means lower speed but heavier armor. I want to get to Deadly Onslaught though, so we'll stick to the plan. Okay, so this should work. This is a strong front line, and then we've got a few flankers here.
Stop that. Yes. Bring corruption.
And he's like, nope.
Halt, fool. There'll be a reckoning. Invade!
Okay, I think we'll slaughter him. I mean, I could manually fight it, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna mess him up. Dang, those killed a lot. Those guys don't have lances, though, I don't think. Because that would give me the quest. Okay, so what did we need? We have corn, Nurgle we need. I believe we need Slaanesh here for the movement speed. Guess we could not awaken any tribes over here.
Spirits of war.
I'll give the 5 extra melee and attack and defense to everything. Alright. Do I need Winds of Magic? I don't think so. I think I can just sit and normally just chill. Yeah, I don't want to lower my melee attack. Oh, hi. What are you doing, Sadie? What are you doing? You want a hug? You just looking for a hug? I think she just wants a hug. What, Sadie? She just wants a little hug. Kislub's kind of getting their footing back, it looks like. But... oh, interception. Okay. He tried to run. Well, thanks for the free experience. I mean, there was really nowhere else for him to run, so that looked stupid. Like, why would he do that? But he can't run this way, he can't run that way, he can't run this way, so all he can try, and Skaven's up here, so I guess all he can try is to burrow under for Skaven, maybe. Huh. Okay, do we just fight him straight up? We could run. I mean... yeah, I don't see him beating us. Let's do it. What are we at? We're at 30 minutes? Yeah, we can get some more fights in here. This campaign's really cool, I think, for viewers, because we're getting, like, if you like fights, because obviously we're getting, I think we've been getting a lot of good fights. So if you're a big fan of fights, if you don't like a ton of city management, I know there's been a couple of episodes where I sit there and I'm like, should I go this? Should I go that? You know, but way less of that than there are in my other campaigns. The other campaigns are great, but you just don't have to make as many sort of city management decisions. Although there are really cool tactical decisions that you do have to make, and I like that. And that's different from previous Chaos, where there were some options before, but by and large, once you kind of committed yourself to certain types of units, there was not a ton of flexibility there. Let's see how these new regiments of renown look. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're looking good. Chaos Knights are some of the best cav in the game, in general. I mean, Demigryphs are probably a little bit better. Bretonia has some good stuff. I guess there's a lot of factions that have some pretty good stuff, but I think they're certainly, like, in the conversation for some of the strongest knights. They're very good, like, in combat. So, like, not only do they have a really powerful charge, but if they have to actually sit in combat for a little bit, they don't completely fall off. A lot of cavalry, if they can't charge cycle fast enough, if they get bogged down in infantry or something, or if someone just doesn't have the micro to keep up with them, that can cause some problems. Okay, let's get this guy a 3 group. I think our halberd's the 2 group. Let's see if we can cut some of these off before they get their help. And then we'll make these our 5. So we're just going to use the hounds pretty much to run down any stragglers that they have.
Every mortal! Move fast! Move fast!
Sadie, what? Run around. We'll use our knights to go hunt down their harpoons.
Finch's many glories! Quickly!
Something's really slow over there. Alright.
Charge them! Till they burn! My blade hungers! Tremble, mortals! Chaos comes! Exalted hero, ready! Slaanesh is perverse glory! Give us ruin! Awful fool! Exalted hero! Now! Move fast! Archaon! Ravage them! I don't need my sword to strike you down! Noble, pestilent glory! All will be destroyed! Chaos Knights! Slay every mortal. Deliver slaughter! I am first in the Archaon! Sword and spell! Children! Slanesh's perverse glory! Chaos comes! Ready! Move fast! Do not meddle in my destiny! Worship at the altar! Slanesh's perverse glory! Move fast! By God's call! Chaos Knights! Ready! Move fast! Agree! Die in Archaon fire! What? Ready! Bring corruption! Chaos Knights! Nurgle's pestilent glory! Seize the blood! Now! Blood for the Blood God! Obliterate them! Burn it all! Tremble, mortals! Ready! Ruinous powers! Lord of the End Times! Now is our time! Chosen! Time to despoil! All is chaos!
Okay, not bad, not bad. These guys just die really quickly. It feels like they did kill a lot of units, though. I mean, they killed like 168, so they definitely kill stuff. But
Nurgle's pestilent glory! Running! Move fast! Running! Time to display! Move fast!
I mean, when we get the secondary dude, we can get corn stuff as well if we want to, and then like hand corn stuff off to Archaon if we need to. We can mix and match.
I am Kingslayer! Quickly! Exalted hero!
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna run away, so we've got to try to kill as many as we can. So yeah, I'm not sure about these guys. I'm not sure. Like, they feel pretty good, but I feel like the corn guys might have been better, at least versus these lower tier infantry. But at the same time, I mean, they're doing their job. They're not dying. You know, we're winning these fights pretty decisively. So And in theory, it did let me go for, you know, if I wanted to go more Manticore or Forsaken kind of units, then I could have done that. But I can't help but think if I had the Khorne units, we would be massacring them even harder. If what I really do want is infantry superiority, which is what I do, because I can have Dragon Ogres to beat the Knight units later on. Potion of Toughness is handy. That's what I'm talking about. These guys just, they go through and they just retake everything. Like, as soon as you walk away, they're all back retaking stuff, but it really doesn't matter too much at the end of the day. Oh, we did kill almost all of them.
Syrian's eye guides me.
Okay, so we finished up End Times. I think Despoiler. Okay, we've already got Onslaught. Just gonna go Intimidating with him. Manticore is level 14. We've only got 2 left on Khorne. So you need to start burning Khorne here soon.
Now why?
These guys are actually coming all the way out here. Alright. My buff has fallen off. My Slanesh buff. Okay, so I think we just clean this dude up. Looks pretty free.
Ravage them!
Punishment is a lot more valuable here because we don't have that buff anymore. So maybe we actually take it instead of 500. Take it. It's because I don't know what they're going to have over here. They've had that town for a long time. I'll pop over here. I should be able to burn this town next turn anyways, and I just want to raid. Okay, nice. Rocky Mountains. In the following battle. What are we up against? Ooh, alright. Armor Trolled, bunch of Forsaken. Alright, well, we're going to need to step our game up for that. Definitely going to want the Weird. That's okay. It's not even like that great. I mean, the bonus experience is nice. I mean, melee attack, defense, ward save's pretty good. It's pretty good. We'll do it here in a second, though. Those cannons have me worried. I feel like we might need manticores for that.
I am the chosen of the gods.
Raid that. Let me see if these Skaven are wanting to vassal yet.
Join with us.
I don't
We are
know
strong,
why they would
loyal,
ever vassal
dependable
unless you're about
allies.
to kill
Yes.
them. You force them to do it. Wait, this dude... What? Hold on, Are they creeping in with another dwarf to try to retake stuff? They might be. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Like, you can't ever burn and take, because people just come back and they just retake everything.
Slaughter the sheep. No.
Like, these guys, Norsca's already taken all this stuff, so we need to get down here and get the fortress, and just keep our objectives in mind, which is we need to go kill, like, I think, isn't it like Empire, Bretonia, Dwarfs, and Lothern? I've only raised 10 settlements? Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess we 6. Awoken that one. 7. No, we awoken that one. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, accurate. All right. We should be able to just knock that out next turn. They have some okay stuff there, but I think we'll beat them. That one has way more stuff. Wow. Huh. Well, we can grab the demon paw and, or demon spawn, whatever. Daemon, spew, and weird if we need them. We can even get that mirror guard if we have to do it. Alright. See, I'm not having our little replenishment buff. It's certainly gonna start adding up here. That I can't overstate just how much you need that replenishment buff early from Slaanesh. I tried, you know, the other stuff early on, and just not having that replenishment is just a massive, massive deal. You need that 20% replenishment. Because, like, a lot of your units are just irreplaceable. Like, if you lose your Chosen, or you lose your Chaos Spawn, or whatever, it's a really, really big deal early on. You have to have those units, or you're just not going to be able to make it. I think. I mean, maybe if you just spawned a bunch of Marauders. I mean, the Mirror Guy does get 20% upkeep off Marauders, I believe. And so with him, maybe getting a bunch of Marauders might be a good move. Marauders with the armor piercing aren't that bad, actually, especially if you do upgrades for them in the tree. Like, they're not that bad. But I think it's nice for, like, a clean-up secondary army, but they just don't have the raw, like, survivability and killing power to make it as your core army, I don't think. I mean, not with Archaon. Maybe if you had the Mirror Guy, like, as your core, as your main legendary lord. But I think you really need Archaon for Burning Head. I guess if you got that, if you knew you were going to get a Fire Wizard, we did get a Fire Wizard, but I feel like that didn't happen in my other playthroughs, so I don't know if you always get that event, or, like, there's a certain timetable for it, like it'll happen between this turn and that turn. I don't know. But it just, Archaon just feels the most secure, because you know you're going to be able to get Burning Head right away turn 2 when you do that first fight with Kislev.
There'll be a reckoning.
Now, Crown of Domination, that's something I'm very interested in. So we might have to open up the checkbook for that one, if we get a chance to do that quest battle. Hire a bunch of baller units and go in there and try to take them out. That one's probably super difficult, though. It's probably like a ton of Chosen or something that you have to fight. Ascension of Daemonhood. That's pretty legit. Or, we are starting to get some pretty big units now. We could just go for... Well, not really, though, because a lot of our units, we got rid of the Chaos Warriors, so... Other option would be... lowering the cost on Flaming Sword by 3. I'll go with that. Alright, so what do you have? Just that dude. 13, so 14 units. I don't think we're gonna need the weird for this, but maybe we need a clean fight. Like, we don't want to have to stop and replenish, so maybe we just go ahead and bust it out here.
Yes, bring corruption.
Because we need to try to win this cleanly. We'll probably have to start off the next episode with that, though, because we're already at 50 minutes. I think we had 3 fights. Oh, never mind. If they're just going to let us auto it, we're going to crush them. Let the screen. Does it always do that? Look funky. Okay, so we can awaken tribe.
Attack!
Does that count? That's the 4th tribe. Okay, yes. Alright, so it can be the same tribe. Sigvald the Magnificent. Alright, so we can go ahead and hire him. I think it's a good time to hire him, because we can start getting this at rank 15. I almost forgot about that. Okay, so intimidating. Let me get this dude at 14. Okay, so he's 478 per turn. +2 for Marauders, Horde growth, -25% upkeep for Marauders. Leadership for Marauders, but extra stuff for Trolls. Leader of the Forsaken. Ooh, that's actually really nice. -25% for Forsaken. They, SFO said they were adding in a bunch more, like, unique traits that were possible. That's really nice. Horde growth, but obviously we're going to go with the Legendary Lord. Now, you notice that actually saves us money to hire him. Because his initial building is, it gives 1,000. And we got 7 ranks on him. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to scout out and see what I want to do with him, and then I'll explain it at the start of the next episode, because we're already at time. And I want to just think carefully, strategically about what we're going to do, and then I'll come up with a plan, and we'll talk about it next time. So, anyways, thank you very much. As always, I really appreciate you tuning in. If you'd like to sponsor a campaign yourself, just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. I'm more than happy to help you out with that. And check out the rest of the content, like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.